What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. We got our troll pants on today, and if you guys ever want to play a troll deck that is very fun, very enjoyable, maybe not for your opponent, but damn sure for you, play 60 card deck out. It is, I've played it before like numerous times. It's actually incredibly fun, and a lot of times it doesn't even matter what you're playing against. If your opponent is trying to play a spam deck, a stun deck, it's just kind of fun because it's almost like you're playing by a different set of Yu-Gi-Oh rules. So he's playing against them true King Dinosaurs, aka tier 1 status, and let's see exactly what's gonna happen. I think that I would say that this match is going to hinge on can he get Lagia out. If Lagia can put in some work, then I would probably favor True Kings in this match, or excuse me, True King Dinosaur. But he doesn't actually go for Lagia. He does instead go for the Denlong play, which I don't know. This board doesn't really have that much stun, and also Regeki is a terrible card against like the deck out, and the Solemn gets MST to right off the break, so you know it's looking pretty good for the deck out going second, and deck out going second can actually be pretty good. He also gets rid of the Regeki with the Dark World Daling, so now he doesn't have to worry about that popping his Needleworm, so it's looking actually not that bad. Now he flips over Thunder Ruler, so he can't attack. I love that card. That's so troll. But it does allow your opponent to like just go into whatever, but he's not even going to allow him to go into that Lagia, to go into that Doka. He instantly gives him a I think he's gonna give him like 5 cards with the Book of Eclipse, but it's cool because he's playing deck out. He then does drag down. Now here's the thing, right? This is the comeback play. I know you guys are looking at this and you're like, Cap G, is my math right, or is this dude like neg 10 within like 1 turn of the duel starting? Yes, I believe this guy has what, no, 5 on the field, 6 in the hand, so that's 11. So he's neg 9. He's neg 9. Actually, no, he's gonna draw. So there we go. It's neg 10. I was right. He's neg 10 right now, and you usually don't win a lot of duels when you're neg 10. That might have to be the title of this video, but he's going to actually flip over that balance of judgment. Now he was smart. He waited for his opponent to actually play a card, and since he only has a couple of cards on the field, look how many cards he gets to draw, and he was able to try and play around the Lagia. If I was this guy, I would have probably made Lagia first before playing anything, because then he could have just he could have negated the balance of judgment and the game just would have basically ended right there. He could have had more than enough damage to just OTK through a fucking Needleworm, but you know, it's whatever. He's safe for the time being because he does have the 2 copies of Swift Scarecrow, and they do kind of laugh at the Lagia, but he still has his work cut out for him. He does get a couple of cards off of the Cup of Ace, because I mean, who the fuck's gonna use their Lagia negate on a card that might give them 2 cards? You know, you got a 50% chance of getting 2 cards and keeping your Lagia negate, but it did work out for him. He sets another copy of Balance of Judgment, which we saw how well that worked out, and then he has a Dart Bribe, which not really sure is doing too much for him at this point. He flips over the Transmigration Prophecy. Now, to me, that seemed a little counterproductive, because you're trying to deck your opponent out, but you put 2 more cards back into their deck. So I don't know what the hell that's about. Maybe he was trying to like bait out the Lagia. I would have thought that he would have wanted to put the Swift Scarecrow and the Balance of Judgment back in his deck so he could draw those again, but it's whatever. He does stop the battle phase with the Scarecrow. This time, Lagia is not going to be dumb. It's going to go ahead and negate the Balance of Judgment, but he does happen to have the card of the mods, which he's going to activate. He gets 2 cards, and now Lagia is off the field, guys. This is a brand new duel. You know, he gets 5 cards out of his deck, activates the Reckless Greed. Now he almost dies here. The fact that this Denlong is 0 attack actually made a pretty big difference. He's able to get that Book of Eclipse and make him draw like 5 more cards, activates the Gift of Greed. GG, no read. Take that, Jonathan Moore. I'm sorry, I like seeing dinosaurs get trolled by 60 card deck out. I think that once he was able to get the Book of Eclipse off, I feel like that was all she wrote in this duel. And I don't know, I do think that this deck is trolly, but I like it. There were so many cards in this dinosaur deck that just were not actually going to help him play against a deck like this. The Dark Holes, the Lava Golems, the Winter Cherries, none of these cards are actually effective when you're playing a 60 card burn. I mean, not burn, but when you're playing a 60 card deck out. So thank you guys for watching as always, and If you ever want to know why a lot of people choose to play 60 card versions of deck out, it's mainly so if you're playing a couple of reasons. Number one, you want to be able to fit in like so many good cards, and you want to kind of run 3 of like everything. And then second, it's so your opponent can't resolve like that Grasshook Screener because that card is dumb, and your opponent, even though you would think that your opponent would get 20 cards less from their deck and they would help you, not really if they get so much control over the game. Like you'd rather just, you can deck out a 60 card deck. It's not easy, but it is possible. But if they get that Grasshook Screener and, you know, they're able to make like a bunch of totally awesomes and a whole bunch of other dumb shit, then you're just going to be so far behind going second. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thumbs up the video if you did, and subscribe if you have not already.